Hello everyone. It's Melissa Faust from stampwithmelissa.com. Welcome to day 5 of the 12 Days of Christmas Craft Along 2024. I am so excited for today's project because it was designed by moi. Today is my first project that I'm sharing with you during this Craft Along Christmas series, and it's a fun one, you guys. So today we are going to make this really cute box. Now, the cool thing about this box is we are going to make this as tall as we can, but you can actually shorten it to fit something. So you could fit a Bath & Body Works lotion in here. You could fit, oh, I don't know, let's come up with ideas. Some fuzzy socks. You could fit, I'm looking around to see. You could probably fit some blending brushes. Oh yeah, look at that. That would be a perfect fit. You could probably fit some blends markers. Yep. Lots of ideas for this cute box. And if you do already have something in mind that you can put in here, I'm going to show you how you actually can shorten the box, but keep the lid. Everything else stays the same, which is going to be really awesome. So let's go ahead. I'm going to hook my camera up. I wanted to mention today's video is pre-recorded. Today is November 29th, 2024. If you are watching this right when it is posted. So day 5, this one is pre-recorded for you. Today is actually my nephew's birthday. So we are doing lots of family stuff today to celebrate him. It's kind of fun with Thanksgiving yesterday and then his birthday today. We just get to celebrate pretty much the whole weekend because my birthday is coming up in a few days too. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right. Whoa, dropping it. All right, now it is time for this super fun gift box. It is actually quite tall, which is really fun. I can measure it for you. Let me see here. It ends up being about 6.5 inches tall, and it is about 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 inches wide as well. So this is a super cute box. You can see the adorable tag here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we will need to complete this project, day 5. So we have got the festive word stamp set, and we are going to use the My Gift to You sentiment. Now, I know this is the same sentiment we used on Julie's project yesterday. So if you wanted to swap this out for one of the other ones, you absolutely could, especially like earlier when I said you could put fuzzy socks in that box. Maybe you want to use the stocking instead. Super cute. So we are going to use this festive word stamp set and that My Gift to You stamp today. We are going to use it with our tuxedo black memento ink pad because of course we're going to color, because if you know me, you know I love to color. So for coloring, we've got Real Red and Granny Apple Green blends. And then we've got our white frayed ribbon. This spool might not be quite enough what I need for it, so I might have to pull out a new spool to show you our beautiful bow on this project. You're also going to have your gold twisted thread, and you're going to want your cherry cobbler and pearl berries. Now, if you did not register for the Craft Along kit and you are planning to place an order, I am so sorry to say, but the pearl berries, these berries here, they actually are sold out until January. So you may want to substitute your embellishment for something else. We are going to use the clear ones, so there are some other options that we have that you could swap to, maybe like the iridescent faceted gems, a lot of different cute options. You could also just use rhinestones. So, all right, we've got that. And then for our paper, you're going to want a full sheet of garden green cardstock. You're going to want a full sheet of the Take a Bow DSP. You can use any pattern you want, but I loved this little bow or the dotted pattern here. I think it's so cute. So we're going to want a full sheet of that. And you're also going to want the basic white tag that is die cut from the Greetings of the Season dies. Now, this is in your package. If you registered for that Craft Along kit in advance, you have one of these in your package. So let's go ahead and start, shall we? We are going to start with all of the scoring, and then we will do all of the cutting and the assembling and all of that fun stuff. So we've got our garden green piece here. Let me pull out my trimmer. This garden green piece is 8.5 by 11 inches, so it's a full sheet, and we are going to leave it a full sheet unless, as I mentioned earlier, if you are wanting to cut down a little bit. Let me move this gift box here just so I have a little bit more space to show you. Let's try that. Okay. I think we're good. If you are wanting to cut down the height of your box, you will cut this down, but I will show you that in a little bit, okay? All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to score on our long side here. This is the 11-inch side. We're going to score, hold on, it's still in my way. There we go. At 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, so you'll want to pop out that long arm here, and 10.5 inches. Okay, this gives us our 4 equal-sided spaces here for our sides of our box. On our short side, just go ahead and flip this. On our short side, we are going to score at 2 inches. All right, so we can go ahead and just set that to the side for a second. And just if you need a reminder here quick, we've got 2 inches on the short side. On our long side, we've got 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10.5 inches. Then we're going to want to grab our DSP. This is 6 by 6. We're leaving it 6 by 6. And for this one, we are going to score at 1 5/8 inches on all 4 sides. Now remember, with DSP, you do not want to press down too hard with your scoring blade. That sounds kind of funny. It's not cutting, it's scoring. But you do not want to press down too hard because DSP is thinner than regular cardstock and you could actually rip your DSP. So that's why I go over it lots of times, but kind of lightly so that I don't rip anything. So that was 1 5/8 inch on all 4 of the sides. You saw I just kept turning it there to get there. All right. So let's go ahead then, and we are going to use our bone folder, burnish our score lines, and we are going to cut our box. So let's start with our garden green piece here. And I am just folding on our score lines and burnishing. This is going to be a box, so I'm doing all my folds the same way. Okay. Till you get your bone folder in the way. All right, and last but not least, we've got this little 1/2 inch guy right here. All right, so we've got that one. Let's go ahead and just real quick, we're gonna score our DSP. This is gonna be the lid of our box. Not score, burnish. You guys know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. There we go. So we've got that all done as well. Now we can use our snips to go ahead and trim this, okay? So we are going to, you can see I've got my 1/2 inch strip here on the right. My 2 inch section is down on the bottom. You can hold this whichever way you would like, but we are just going to cut up each of these score lines to that 2 inch mark there. And I am mitering the edges, which means I'm cutting a slight slant. It is a little bit of a longer piece, so it's kind of hard for me. So just kind of, hold it where you can. You can also use your trimmer for this part if you'd like. But just cut away all those little tabbies. And the reason I like to cut in at an angle is because it helps when I fold up the box. I don't have those edges meeting and fighting with each other, just in case something wasn't quite perfect as I scored. All right, so then this piece right here, we're going to cut off this little section and we are going to completely get rid of that. So we're going to cut up the score line there, and then I'm going to turn this and we're going to cut a little triangle right there. Okay, same thing up here. This is our 1/2 inch flap steel, just a little triangle cut there. All right, and last but not least, down here on our very corner here, we can just go ahead and cut a little bit away. Add a slant there. Okay, so I'm just gonna get rid of all of our extra pieces. Let's go ahead real quick. We're gonna do our box top. I can't tell which way you can see those score lines better. I can actually see them better with the dotted side up, but I've got one square right here. And again, we're just going to, actually I'm gonna do this one. Just hold it where you can, right? But it doesn't really matter. And I'm just cutting, again, just that little triangle bit. Then I'm going to just turn it 90 degrees. And basically, I'm just going to cut at that same score line on all 4 sides. You could do the 2 on one side, however you want to do it. But this is just going to be our lid of our box. Here's our 3rd side. And finally, our last side here. And again, because that DSP, we score it so lightly, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to see your score lines. So if you wanted to use your back side, you could flip this over and add actual, pen markings or something so you can see it a little bit better if you need to. Alrighty, so there's that. We can go ahead and get this assembled. So I'm going to flip this and hopefully I can stay on camera, but this strip right here, I am going to add some tear and tape. So let's go ahead and pull that out. And we're just going to put this on our little 1/2-inch tabby here, right? And just run that all the way down and rip, tear and tape, right? All right, so that is attached. Then I just pull in my snips here just to help me with that backing. You could also use your take your pick tool, your fingers, whatever. All right, so we've got that. Then I'm going to flip this over. We can fold and fold, right? Just so we get that nice line. And that's our cute little box there. How fun is that? Now, I wanted to just mention this before we go further. If you were wanting to make your box shorter, what you could do is from this score line here, if you have something, let's say it's going to go to here, you could measure it from this point, right? And then you could cut off the top. So you still could do that with this flat. You could go ahead and just chop off whatever you need. The lid is going to be the same. So that part does not matter. Okay. All right. So here's my seam. So I know I want this to be the back, whether it's here or here. I kind of want that to be the back. So we're going to fold in the 2 sides, fold in that bottom here. And then I'm just going to grab my seal and just add some adhesive to this flap and fold that down. It's not going to line up perfectly on the bottom, but you know, it's okay. All right, then I just use my bone folder to press on the inside just to help all that sticky stuff stay stuck, right? And then we are going to assemble our lid. So we've got our lid here, and I'm just going to grab my seal and add some seal on each of our little tabs here. Okay, you can tell this is where we cut, right? And like so. And then we're just going to fold these in and adhere them down. All right, and I liked to do this little pinwheel style because I thought it would be a little bit sturdier for our top, okay? And our last piece here, we'll just tuck that on the inside, just like so. Now put your gift in, whatever you're gonna do, and then your lid will just slip right on top. Now you'll notice when I adhered down, and this was just a scoring thing, I actually have this extra little tab on the side. This is not something I'm gonna cut down, I'm gonna leave it. But my lid is actually shimmed just a slight, you know, smidgen bigger, so it still fits right on top like that. So cute, right? All right, so then we are going to add our ribbon. And now this is where I was saying, I don't know if I have enough ribbon on this spool to do this, but we're gonna try. And I love to do, you know, ribbon all over my presents like that, you know, when I wrap actual presents and everything. So what I'm going to do, in case you've never done this before, I'm just going to take an extra section, and again, we might have to do this twice, but just take, I don't know, this is 8-ish inches, and I'm just keeping it off the edge, okay? And because I'm right-handed, this is the way that works better for me. So you're just going to use your thumb or your forefinger, okay, however you need to, and we're just going to wrap our ribbon. So we're going across the top, right? Here's our extra. So we're going straight across the top, wrap this down, and come up like so. Okay, so it's like we've just kind of gone around it. Now, if you want to leave it there, you can. I don't have enough ribbon. Hold on, we got to get a new spool, and we're going to try this again. I just had a feeling, you know, like I wouldn't make it. All right, let's try it again, but that's okay in case you need help with that. And feel free to rewind this part of the video if you would like to. So there we go. We're going to start again. So we're going to roll this all the way around. Okay. And sometimes I just cut off a lot of ribbon to do this, but here's what we've got, right? It's just all the way across like so. I'm just kind of moving it to make sure it's lined up in the center where I want it. Okay. So our spool is over here, and that is right here, okay? We've still got our finger there. That's kind of important. We're going to wrap. Now you can see my finger is kind of in the way. We want it to be, right? We're gonna wrap this, so we're just going like so, and then wrap this up like this. Now your finger, you can actually scooch that ribbon. I just pulled it over, okay? And this is lots of extra ribbon here. Now, I'm just gonna guesstimate here and just cut off, right? We want enough where we can come up like this. My finger is still here, it never moved. So we can pull this ribbon over, tuck it all the way under, pull that through. Okay, so this ribbon is underneath there. And then you can kind of move things around where you need them to be. I'm gonna go ahead and tie a bow. Now I'm sure there's a bunch of ways. Oh my gosh, I can't. I'm sure there's a bunch of ways that you can do this. So if you have another way, absolutely go for it. Or if you're like, that is not happening, you could just do it across and tie a cute bow as well. All right, just like so. And now we have our piece here that hung over the edge, right? And we've got this piece, and you know, quite often you overestimate how much you need, but you don't want to be short. So it works out. Maybe cut a little bit more off of this and just angle cut that a little bit. So we've got that beautifully wrapped box. All right, so let's go ahead then. And we're going to do our tag, and we're going to save our thread here for tying our tag onto our bow. All right, so let's grab that tag and our stamp. So this is our gift bag, or our gift box stamp. Ink this up in Tuxedo Black Memento ink. Ink, ink, ink. I like to make sure it gets real inky. And for this one, like yesterday's project, day 4, we needed to add some stuff at the top. For this one, we don't really need to add stuff at the top, so I'm kind of centering it here on my label. Close up our ink pad here, and then we can go ahead and color in with our blend. So we've got Granny Apple Green and Real Red. I am going to start with my dark Real Red, and we're going to do the box in Real Red because our actual box is in green. So I wanted to change it up just a smidge, you know. All right, and I'm just scribbling, totally scribbling. Right, and we're even going to do our lid in red too, but we'll do that at the end here. Okay, and then I'm just using my light, and I like to just outline where I need to color because I find that that helps me to stay in the lines a little bit better here. And we'll go up here, swoosh, down, 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 fix it a little, and color in. I don't know about you, but I always tend to color with my bullet tip on my blends. I know that the brush tip would be faster, but for whatever reason, at some point I switched. I used to color with my brush end, and then I switched over to the bullet tip, and now that's all I can do. So, all right, we're going to color this in. We're going to color the lid with just the dark Real Red, and then we're going to color that bow with that same sort of technique, the dark and then the light, with Granny Apple Green. Now, I wanted to remind you, if you pre-registered, let's do the lid. If you pre-registered for the Craft Along Kit for 12 Days of Christmas, you have the PDF already. But if you do not have the PDF and you would like it, I am offering it right now for free as a thank you gift for placing an order with me. So if you place an order with me in my online store through Friday, December 6th, end of day, so midnight Central Time, of $50 or more before tax and shipping, you can get the PDF for free for all 12 of the projects, which is super duper awesome. Not only do you get what Stampin' Up! Sends you, right, whatever you order from them, but you also get that free PDF. And several of these ideas, we've obviously designed them for Christmas, but so many of them you can revamp and make for any time of year. Like this cute gift box, how cute would that be for a little birthday gift? You know, that would just be so sweet. So, alrighty, so let's go ahead and color these guys. I just love to color. It's very therapeutic and relaxing for me. Not the best at it, but you know what? Sometimes you don't need to be the best at something. You just need to enjoy it. And that's good enough, right? You don't have to be the best at everything we set out to be or set out to do. We just have to know enough about it to make it fun. All right, so let's take some of our thread here. I'm going to cut maybe about 6 inches or so because I don't want my tag to hang down too low. So I just cut a little piece here. We can go ahead and I am going to hold both ends here in my left hand, sneak this little loopy part through the hole on our tag. Oh, maybe. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay. And then just grab here just to make that little holder. And then you can decide, right? I've got my seam back here and I don't really want to see that. So I am going to sneak one end through here. You know what we could actually do? Let's sneak it this way. So I'm going to sneak it here so that it doesn't go over my bow. Doesn't want to come through. Come here. There we go. And then I'm just going to tie a little knot here. And then that way, when your recipient unties the bow to get their gift, the tag will just come off too, so no scissors needed. All right, and just tie a little knot. And then that you can kind of sneak in, fix your bow, boom, there you go. So there's that. Let's finish this one off. So I've got my berries here, and we're going to use 2 of these clear ones. So I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool, and these singular ones are the same size. So we're just going to add 1 there and 1 there, so kind of in the corner. Just like that. And that is our project for day 5. I hope you had so much fun making this cute box, and I am so excited for tomorrow, day 6. So make sure you come back for that. Check out the previous videos if you missed those, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.